Hello, it's Fast Charlie. I've got a Bill Bacardi lock in here. It is Bill Bacardi number 140, and it says don't turn 180 degrees. Key works absolutely perfectly. And there's the key. Very easy to overset. I'm gonna try putting a tensioner in the bottom here. I have attempted this, I don't know how many times. I have lost count, it's so many. I'm going to try just a hook in 18 thousandths. So a little tiny bit on 6. A little bit on 5. Don't let that fool you. Because it'll go into a false set, but just try to get out of it. Oops, darn. I'm gonna drop that back down because that was 3. I'm very certain. This lock seems to like it when I give it a variety of tension. Sometimes, you know, it's at different times during one picking session. Okay, that felt pretty good. And this feels pretty good as well. So 2 and 3 feel pretty nice right now. Don't know if I dropped them. It's quite possible. But I'm going to just go through and check to see who's binding and who wants to be picked. Oops, slipped off. I slipped off of 4 and hit 3. I hope I didn't overset 3. Going for 2 right now. Lots of mistakes happening here. Okay. There we go. Okay. One needed some help. Two feels pretty good. Three feels pretty solid. There's four. Gonna check five. There's a little click on five. Six feels pretty good. I'm gonna come back to the front. There's two. That's a lot of counter rotation there. Hey, and it came back. All right, I got the false set back on two. That needed a lot of picking. Number three feels like it needs to be picked. I'm not sure about four. Five gave me a little click. Okay. Let's check what's going on here. I think three needs some help. I'm gonna let it go counter, but I don't want to overset it. Okay, back in the false set. Just locked it back up. Oh, come on. And so it goes with this lock. That's pretty typical. Okay. Oh, man. I thought that was opening. Okay. I'm open, finally. Oh, thank you. And I even felt kind of like I knew what I was trying to do with the feedback once I got feedback. That was a fun lock. Those 10 or 11 minutes do not represent how much time I have in this lock attempting to get in. It's been a very tough lock, and I have spent quite a bit of time trying to get in here. Thank you, Bill, for making this and sending it to me. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. It's very awesome of you. And this lock was like almost every other lock, but even more so than most other locks. It was a learning experience. So, just how to deal with feedback. Okay, got the shim in there, and I can't wait to see what's in here. Got the pins almost facing the wrong way. Okay, we've got threading in 1, looks like countermilling in 2, threading in 3, looks like countermilling in 4 and 6, I'll have to check, and threading in 5, and everything had to be picked. I'll try to shine a light here. There we go. Wow. Okay. Very serrated in 1. 2 nice serrations. Standard in 2. It's a short key pin. Makes complete sense. Serrated in 3. Standard in 4. Again, a fairly short key pin. Serrated in 5. And standard in 6. So I'm going to take a look here. Okay, we've got threading in 1. Yeah, there's some countermilling there. In 2. Threading in 3. Countermilling in 4. Threading in 5. And countermilling in 6. That's really nice. Smooth countermilling. That's awesome. Got the shim out of here. And in 1, we've got, what do we have here? We've got a really nice spool, and it looks like a copper or maybe brass spring. 2, we've got, looks like a really deep spool. Yeah, really deep spool. And a steel spring. 3, we've got a T-pin. Wow. Didn't even ever feel it when the dozens of times that I have put the key in to this lock, never felt it once. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, there's a serrated. I'm not completely sure which way this goes. I might be able to see it when I go back to the video. Looks like a brass spring. My guess is it goes like this, but I don't know for sure. We've got, in 6, we've got deep spool. Oops, that's in 6, not 5. And a copper spring. And we've got a standard in 5. Excuse me. And looks like maybe looks like brass maybe. Spring in 5 there. And in the Bible, I don't see any kind of modifications. That was a fun lock. I'm going to do a real quick close-up of these pins. Oh man, those are nice looking pins, and that was a really fun and very difficult lock. Got this serrated in 1 with a spool above it. Standard in 2 key pin. Nice deep spool. Serrated number 3, and this little T-pin above it. Standard in 4, and this serrated. I'm not completely sure which way it went, but I think it went this way. And then very finely serrated in 5, and a standard above it. A standard in 6 key pin, and a really nice spool. And then for springs we have, it looks like brass, small steel, small copper, brass, and a small copper. And I am going to put these pins in here because I want to see exactly what I was doing, what I had to do to get this picked open. I'm just going to do this real quick. Nice. And wow, that spool's down there deep. That T-pin's just hanging on there. Okay. And that long guy. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you again, Bill, and anyone who hasn't checked out his channel definitely needs to. I can't imagine that you're watching this if you haven't already, if you're not familiar with him. But thank you very much, and I will be passing this on as soon as I get it back together. I have an idea of who it's going to. And everybody be good and be well.